Monday. Our traveling agenda begins with Russia's most iconic tourist attraction, Kremlin and Red Square, which is located in Moscow. This building is related to all the most important historical and political events in Russia. Since the 13th century, this was built between the 14th and 17th centuries by outstanding Russian and foreign architects. It was the residence of the great prince and also a religious center. The next destination is Lenin's Mausoleum. This attraction is located next to the Red Square. This mausoleum is also Lenin's tomb, which has a laboratory with its own team of experts, biologists, biochemists, and anatomists that are in charge of Lenin's maintenance service. We will end the day with an opera show at the Bolshoi Theater. Built in 1825, this theater has an enormous artistic and cultural wealth that turns it into Russia's most known ballet and opera theater, also the most important worldwide. On Tuesday, we will be taking a train to visit Russia's most famous sculpture ring that includes 8 different cities: Sergiev Posad, Pereslavl-Zalesky, Rostov, Yaroslavl, Kostroma, Ivanovo, Suzdal, and Vladimir. We will start a trip with Suzdal City. This ancient city offers a medieval vision. Here, we can visit the Suzdal Kremlin, which is next to the Kamenka River. This museum has a lot of Russian culture and history, and it's also known for being very picturesque. Then, we will take another train that will take us to the next city, Vladimir. Here, we will stop by one of the oldest temples of Russia. This is the Assumption Cathedral. Its front is made out of a precious carved white stone. In it takes place all types of important ceremonies, and it was where the state's decisions were made public. To end the second night, we will eat at Panorama Restaurant, which is perfect for enjoying the picturesque views while sipping on a cocktail. The menu features an extensive selection of creative dishes made from locally sourced ingredients.
To continue our Golden Ring trip, we will drop by the next city, Pereslavl-Zalesky. This is the city of the legend of the Matryoshka. Once upon a time, there was a humble carpenter named Sergei, who needed wood. One day, when we was having difficulty finding suitable wood, he found a perfect log which he took home. The idea of making a doll came to his mind. He made it with so much love and so beauty that after finishing, he did not want to sell it, and gave the name Matryoshka. The young man greeted his creation every day, but one day, and in a surprising way, it returned the greeting. Later, we will stop by the church of Ilya the Prophet. This church is beautifully decorated its interior. Upon entering the gallery, you can see the carved portals with forged doors. The frescoes in the central part were made in the period from 1680 to 1681 by a team of 15 craftsmen with the participation of the famous icon painters Gory Nikitin and Sila Slavin from Kostroma. To enjoy our night, we can go to Strelga Fountains. We can sit and enjoy the colorful and beautiful views. And so we end our Golden Ring trip. Today, we will be traveling to St. Petersburg. We can go to Hermitage Museum, which is one of the largest art collections in the world. Make sure to reserve many hours to enjoy all the museum. It counts with more than 3 million pieces. The museum consists of 6 buildings that were built around the ages of 18 and 19, among which is the Winter Palace and the Anichov Palace. To continue exploring the Hermitage Museum, we will proceed to Winter Palace. The first imperial residence on the site of the Winter Palace was a wooden house in the Dutch style built in 1708 for Peter the Great and his family. This was replaced in 1711 by a stone building, the remains of which formed the foundation of the Hermitage Theatre. Parts of this original palace have now been restored and are open to the public. At night, we will go to the Closets restaurant, Oudouchi Bistro, a hunting-themed restaurant where whitefall and game dishes are cooked on open fire in the restaurant. Live music in the evenings and pleasant outdoors terrace during the summer.
On Friday, we'll go to Peter and Paul Fortress. This is one of the most interesting places in St. Petersburg, not only for the historical importance, but also for its strategic location, which provides beautiful views of the city. Later, we'll visit Saint Isaac Cathedral. This cathedral comes with a forefront on the great aspect, the coral with a structure which are protected by enormous granite columns. During the World War II, the cathedral turned into a bombing target to the sea to paint grey so the war gone unnoticed. On this period, the tomb was used to protect the walls from other museum and imperial construction. Later, we'll be going to Peterhof Palace. During the tour of the palace, you will have the opportunity to visit some of the most emblematic rooms, to travel back in time and marvel at the massive ballroom, the portrait room, the Chinese room, other surprise to their room. As in Versailles, the Empress Garden are as important as the palace. The best known art of the garden is the lower part, where you can see a system made of 18 fountains, among which the grand waterfall stand up. To end of trip, we'll be take a plane to Murmansk to enjoy a last day. Our first destiny is the Losha Monument that was erected in 1953 in memorial of the victim of the World War II. At the top, a pilot stand on Soviet soldier with his left arm raised. As the entire monument measured 18 meters. A large fountain fills the center of the square, which in summer pleasant calls the large open space of the square. In the afternoon, we'll stop by Skarata Okonota. This is a restaurant especially in Russian. Enters European and Central European food, this is considered of the best establishment in the city and is the former restaurant of the Restaurant Syndicate, a group of the restaurants, bars, coffee and clubs. To end his trip, we have to do in the best way. That's why our last destination in another light, the season begins in another region. These beautiful, bright, green and blue flashes can be seen in the sky in the different regions of the mother region, from October to March. Typical. This natural phenomenon occurs in the late afternoon or night, most often between 19 p.m. and 3 a.m.